First question for Manny Siyuja. This one has a 1-minute time limit. If you are elected to a seat on the tribal council, what would your number one priority be and why?
Getting onto the seat, my number one priority would basically just be getting myself acclimated to my surrounding, what it is. Obviously, this is a new position for me. This is a new role. There's a lot of responsibility, a lot to take in. So my first priority would be just becoming acclimated to my surrounding with other council members, the community as well, and looking at issues and what's coming about.
Question number 2 for Manny Siyuja. This one has a 1-minute time limit. What qualities do you have that make for a good tribal council member?
What makes for a good tribal council member? For me, well, for one, that is up to the community to decide if I am a good tribal council member. But speaking of what I've done in my past, what would lead me to where I am now in running for a tribal council seat is growing up in the Hualapai community, growing up in the Hualapai reservation, I did go to college. I do have an education. Also, I do have experience working with the Hualapai tribe, working for Grand Canyon Resort at management level, as well as the tribe management level, and being around the community, living in the community. In a nutshell, that's basically.
Question number 3, which also has a 1-minute time limit. What do you think could be done to better support the youth of the Hualapai tribe?
Well, in my eyes, in my perspective, I do see that the youth have abundance. They do have a lot going on right now. Obviously, more what I had growing up. Now, this youth have so much going for them, but there are other areas where there are lacking. And to sort of answer that question, we look at all social and economic standpoint of the community, sort of an ecosystem in connecting all social programs together, whether it be the schools, whether it be the health department. And so looking at all those and seeing where something's going wrong, we have to build a bridge and bridge those gaps together.
And question number 4, what could be improved to make the lives of elders in our community better?
And that sort of goes back to the youth as we look at an ecosystem of all these social programs and bridging those together. One of the things I do want to touch on is crimes against elderly. Now that is a big one, and I don't think that one is talked about the most. So what I would look at and look into is crimes against elderly. That would be one of the areas I would look into.
The 5th question, which has a 2-minute time limit. Manny Siyuja, what is your understanding of the current status of the Hualapai Tribe Water Rights Settlement Act of 2022?
I did look into this a little bit. I know we did get the settlement. To be quite honest, I am not really familiar with this, and I know this is a big issue that has been coming up in talking to community members. But I know, coming into this, and I'm being honest. I'm just being honest about this. But obviously, getting in, if elected, obviously I would know more, and I would actually do more and promote more and advocate for more of the water resources that we have. What are we doing with them? What aren't we doing with them? What should we be doing with them? As of right now, I haven't seen anything pertain to the water itself. Are we building an infrastructure to hold water? Are we building reservoirs? What are we doing? I just haven't seen much done with that in pertaining to the water.
The final question, which has a 2-minute time limit. Manny Siyuja, what do you know about the Hualapai Tribe's master plan, and how do you feel about the progress so far?
The master plan, I actually I was actually one of the committee members on that master plan that was recently done. It was a great time. Gosh, it was a year-long commitment. There was a lot of great discussion, a lot of great debates, a lot of history was shared with all the individuals that were there. And how I feel about it right now, I don't even think we're actually implementing anything in that master plan. From when we finished, the new tribal office was being built. It was already in progress. It was already going, and even like what was already laid out, the bridge, and I believe the road out to youth camp, those were already in progress. So I don't even think that's being implemented anywhere on the reservation. So now with the master plan, what we talked about and what we looked at is developing each square mile, each square inch of the Hualapai reservation. And I think one of the things where we need to start is the zoning. We need to start zoning for businesses, industrial, homes, working on the infrastructure for all these things, as well as preserving the natural beauty of the reservation as well.
Thank you, Manny.